in the mountains too. You're not as high up as we are. It's snow.
Y'all are live.
Yes, ma'am, we're ready.
That's fast.
Are we all here?
You're on air.
Okay. You want us to start?
Okay. Ms. Barton?
Here.
Mr. Hampton?
Here.
Mr. Lauer?
Here.
Ms. Yeager? Mr. Kinter?
Here.
You have a quorum.
It's called to order the February 17th meeting of the Design Review Board.
I did not include the minutes in your packet, so we'll have to vote on 2 times.
I remember, it was pretty easy though.
You want to just approve them in their absence?
I'm not needing to approve it, I
Okay.
didn't write it down. I mean, it's on my computer downstairs.
Okay.
We'll get you next month.
First order of business is 16 Center Street, fast signs of Mount Pleasant.
And you do citizens' comments first.
Citizens' comments.
Oh,
We're doing that first.
For all of them?
Well, we were just going to do it each time. Is that what you?
I only have comments related to D.
Okay, yeah, so we'll just put it in there right after the,
Great.
like where we make a motion and, okay. Is someone here for 16 Center Street?
Anyone here for 16?
It's my shop. but,
Fast signs.
Fast signs was supposed
Fast
to be-
sign guys are here.
Okay,
yeah, that'd be great.
let's make a motion for
So moved.
accelerated review of the signage.
I moved.
This is Shuby's ice cream sign, looks like it's elevated above the awning, sticking out on a bracket.
For Sheebies.
Can you give us your name and address?
Cody Brooks, address, shop 16 Center Street.
Okay.
Home address. Do you need my home address?
No.
Yeah, that's fine. Y'all have any questions? Is it like double-sided sign on plastic or something like that?
It's aluminum.
It's a what?
Aluminum.
Okay.
So just so I understand, this, the 2 awnings there used to, it was one. There was the ice cream place and then the coffee shop, and they were kind of one and the same.
Correct.
So now this is gonna be just where the ice cream shop?
The awning, the new awning will be right from the ice cream shop to the end. So it'll go across those 2 large windows.
Okay, because it's a side view, so it looked like it was more towards where just the ice cream shop was?
I'm sorry, which photo are you looking at? Okay, yeah, the awning, I submitted a different photo. I'm not sure if you have that in there. I think it's separate.
Oh, I'm confused, I thought we were doing the sign.
There's
Oh, I'm sorry, got it now.
A and B are both for 16 Center Street. A is the sign.
Oh,
B is the
yeah.
awning.
Shall we combine them? Okay. Next item, B. Let's make a motion for A and B. It's accelerated review of the awning and canvas repair and the signage in A.
Yep.
Yes, so moved. Would you move?
All right, now we're on both.
I'll second it.
And so the awning is on page 6.
Good.
I got it.
This is what we have.
Okay.
We have, which is that, and then I have that piece.
Makes sense.
So yeah, it looks like the awning's changing color to differentiate it, and then the sign's on top.
Yes, sir.
So, okay, just the awning.
Yeah.
I have a swatch for it. That's not as accurate as this is, but it's a little,
Oh,
yeah, it's not quite as neon as it shows in the photo.
very nice.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you're
pretty.
looking for the awning to be mustard yellow, whatever color that is.
Yes, ma'am.
And the sign to be red and white?
Yes, ma'am. We have, both colors work together inside of the shop.
And then that color's right here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, thank you, because I didn't see the yellow
Yellow
there.
around the outside
Yeah,
of the
I
sign.
see it now. Got it.
Anybody else have anything?
No.
We're ready.
Okay. Mr. Lauer,
Yes.
Mr. Hampton,
Yes.
Ms. Barton,
Yes.
Mr. Kinter.
Yes.
You're approved.
Thanks for coming in, appreciate it.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item is C, 1910 Bowens Island, Lynn Barber. Hello.
I'm here with my builders too.
You guys want to come up and, in a group,
Sure.
and just say your name into that mic right there? And
Anthony Grana, Schumacher Homes.
Paul Lynn, Schumacher Homes, I'm the production manager.
Lynn Barber, owner.
thanks. You want to, would you give us like a little, just summary of the house? I mean, it looks relatively straightforward beach house.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a single-family home, elevated, obviously.
plan they built, but it's just we modified it for the.
Yeah.
It's an eagle nest and we made it to accommodate Folly Beach.
Yeah, so pretty standard colors across the board, what we see across the island. I can bring this up if you like. I don't know if you guys have a copy of this or not.
Yes.
So this is in commercial?
No, this is, I'm Bowens Island Road.
Oh.
Yeah, so we have to go through.
It's one of the rare like, residential things that
We're unusual.
It's single family, that's it?
Correct.
Yes.
Can I get a second approved?
I mean, it's nothing unusual.
It's beautiful, it's gonna look really good.
Yeah, it's great.
Has the property already been cleared?
No, ma'am, we're waiting, we've gotta wait for the permit, the clearing permits.
This is the first process.
Yeah, we gotta get this, go through this first.
I know that we've addressed houses on Bowens before, and there were sometimes water issues, drainage issues, things like that from the raw land. This is one that we did over a year ago. Is that something that they have to come back and actually, once they clear the land, come back and talk to us? Or-
They have to get a stormwater permit from the county before
Oh, okay.
clearing the land, but that's separate
So
from this process. This is just how it
we're
looks.
just aesthetically approving construction. Okay.
We
And
have
that, for that one, I think there was just some unusual circumstances when they came
I like
on.
the colors. Colors are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we have to provide, as part of the permitting process, we have to have, which is, they've already got that in works, an engineering for the drainage that shows how it's gonna go.
Right.
So, that's in process, so it'll be submitted with the permit.
Sure.
But they have to go through here first.
Yeah, they're pretty
This is the
serious.
process.
The county's pretty serious.
Single
about their
family.
drainage issues. Oh, we need to make a motion.
I
for,
motion to approve.
What it said, what you said.
We needed to
Do we have
accelerate.
a second?
Oh, accelerate, yes.
Second.
You need a second?
I got it.
I don't have any questions. Does anyone have any?
No, I like the colors, it's straightforward. I mean, it's a design that you already built in other locations that have modified to meet all the codes for Folly Beach.
Correct.
And the colors are good.
Well, you gotta play some of
I'm good?
I think we're ready.
All right. Mr. Hampton,
Yes.
Because they have.
Mr. Lauer,
Yes.
Ms. Barton,
Yes.
Mr. Kinter.
Yes.
I like that one.
Motion
Thanks for
passes.
coming in. Good luck.
Thank you.
Any y'all
Appreciate it.
down, let us know, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, I love.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the buckle?
Perhaps
My
nothing.
name is Lynn, L-I-N.
Yeah, it's kind of strange that we see
Already in it.
this on Folly.
For you.
Have a good
Oh,
night.
really? I like that
Yes,
one.
some of those.
My kids keep giving them to me. These are, Humaka beads from Hawaii, Honolulu, or from, and this, from Spencer's daughter.
Good. Do you submit these comments now?
Next item, 103 East Cooper, citizens' comments.
I'm just gonna time you on the phone.
Hello. How are you?
My name is John McFarland. I live at 1780 Chelwood Circle in Charleston. I'm also a commercial property owner and have owned these properties for nearly 30 years. I'm here to suggest to you that the request being made for 103 East Erie should be denied on both the sign and pergola. But let's start with the sign. This is what you approved in May of last year. I think it's great and it looks wonderful, and I think you should stick with what you have. Let me start by saying that the sign, if you'll look at the handout I gave you, which is in your package, you'll notice there's a big sign on top of the roof. If we open the door for this, we're in big trouble. But let me give you some reasons why you shouldn't approve the sign, other than just not wanting to be in big trouble and having this spread out. First of all, for the sign standards, which is 1660801, it doesn't maintain, it's not going to be a pleasing look, maybe one, but 10 or 15, not so much. I don't think it preserves the community. I don't think it's attractive. I don't think it's compatible with anything we've ever done. I don't think it's aesthetic in any way. In addition to that, 1660803 is very specific when it comes to signs and being prohibited. C says signs painted, put on fences, telephone poles, utility poles, rocks are not allowed, but you can't paint a sign on a roof. So what you're being asked to do is approve a sign above a roof where you can't put any signs on the roof. Just because we don't have a rule that specifically says no signs on the roof doesn't mean we should allow it. It's just too much. In the residential, they did put something that was very specific. Now, I know it's residential, but it does say roof signs of any type in residential areas not allowed. In addition to that, I would point out to you that this sign is going to be a wind trap. It's going to be a hazard in high winds and hurricanes. And finally, related to this particular sign, I think it opens the door for signs like this all over the city. I can't imagine a worse image than driving down Center Street and having these signs poke up all over the place. I really would encourage you to say no to the sign. I'm not as prepared when it comes to the pergola, but I will say to you, as my wife pointed out clearly, you are now being asked to legalize an illegal structure, because based on your approvals before, the pergola that's in front of that building wasn't allowed, somebody just added it. And so I think you're at a disadvantage by having to say now, because somebody's gonna say, well, it's already there, why don't we build it? Why don't we just finish it off? Because they've almost finished this pergola. And it cuts the building in half. If you are looking for the aesthetics for the building, this is great. The pergola cuts this building in half. You won't be able to see anything of the building once they do that, especially if they put up some cover. In addition to that, I don't think you should even do an accelerated review, because clearly when you do an accelerated review, the drawings have to be specific. This was a drawing from May, but this is a drawing that you received in your package today. This drawing is incomplete. It may meet the standards related to the scale. You're supposed to have a little structure in here pointing where the tree is. These people aren't prepared. I don't like it at all, but they're not really prepared. There's plenty grounds to say no. My advice would be to say we can't take it up because it's illegal. Take it down and then we can talk about it. But it certainly should be an accelerated review. I think I've said enough. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you,
Appreciate it.
sir.
103 East Cooper is, how do you pronounce your last name?
Bacala. Roy Bacala.
Okay, you said it a lot better.
So he's
than
off
me.
Center Street, obviously.
Okay.
He's stepped
The
back
L
a
is a
house,
lot.
step back a building. Sorry, I didn't mean to step on you, sorry.
I think since it says, since they're requesting accelerated, that's what we have to consider.
Can I just
Right?
make a comment? If you
Oh,
don't
sure.
mind,
Yeah.
Regarding thank you for
Sure.
your comments, first of all. Just want to point out that the idea for the sign came from the Crab Shack, so it does exist. And we're not going to open that door because it's already been opened. And we just took that concept because we tried to figure out what would actually be noticeable. Because the way this building is kind of like recessed with the other buildings, like well on the main street, that's kind of like hiding it. So that was the only thing that actually made sense that you can see for visibility from Center Street. So I looked at the Crab Shack and I saw they have a very similar sign. So that's where the idea came from.
Okay.
I think we have to do accelerated because
Yeah.
that's what it says
That
right here.
signs fall under
Yeah, so motion for accelerated review.
Second?
Second.
And then, could you give us a little history of the pergola expansion? I'm a little,
Yeah, so we
Confused.
actually spoke to the building inspector and asked if we could modify it to go closer to the property line, and it was approved, and so we went ahead and constructed it. And because it's not consistent with the original design review plans that you guys had previously approved, then that's why we made that today's meeting, so we can present to you the change.
right.
But as far as setbacks goes, and the Bill Eric Lutz was okay with it, you know, we did ask before we expanded it.
What do you think about the site plan aspect of the pergola expansion? Do you know?
I don't. Is it not in here?
Well,
There's
there's an independent, there's a plan, it just doesn't show the site.
That's the.
Yeah, true, coming up off the
So, I
parapet.
don't know if you saw this. Can you?
When you guys came
Yeah,
the
I see
first
it.
time, we had an extended discussion about the,
I read
the
it.
renovation here and how you were gonna do it and that sort of thing. And we
Yeah, that
actually,
was, I think my architect was here
Yes.
presenting the initial one, yeah. It was, and unfortunately, he wasn't available now, so that's why I'm here.
Okay,
We told them that as long as the pergolas, we don't have any setbacks, 0 setbacks in commercial lots now since the Center Street overlay, so as long as it's on private property, then it meets zoning.
so it doesn't have a zoning issue? Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I assume you're doing it for shade. Is that a seating area or something?
That's what we wanted to do, so that's what.
Yeah,
we did.
okay.
And you're set back, I could say. Yeah.
because the discussion we had the first time you came for the initial renovation was the door being exposed, that front door being exposed. Do you recall that discussion?
No, ma'am, I wasn't here, it was my architect.
Oh.
actually. That's the first time that I'm here in years.
So, what are we looking for right now? We're doing accelerated review, vote right now, or, and then talking about this, or what's going on?
Well, it's both, it's the,
Oh, you say,
We got the
pergola,
most talking about it.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Now built
Yeah.
here, that we.
which one are we doing, the pergola first or that sign? Is my
The
question.
pergola on
Doesn't
the
matter,
side is,
or
was
both.
approved.
Are both? Okay, so we're good on the pergola.
I mean, I don't know, the pergola, my only problem with the pergola is that it's big and straight and doesn't have
These are-
anything, like,
They're not done yet, right? You're still not done with it?
Well, it's still gonna be a lot more landscaping and planter beds around it. It's gonna be a very nice place,
Okay.
still in the process.
Yeah, that's what we talked about the first time, the pergola being open, if you were gonna have outside seating, it was gonna be
Yeah,
open,
yeah,
and
yeah.
there was open sides, but we
Mhm.
talked about what were you gonna do on the top in case anyone was that kind of thing.
In the meantime, we're just gonna leave it the way it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, is there any reason that it has to go the whole, there's nothing structural about the part between that last post and the tree?
So
That
the
that
origi-
piece is going across, it's not
So
helping.
the original plan was, actually what you approved is, does not include the tree, because we were thinking initially to remove the tree, but then we changed our mind because it's such a nice tree and we didn't wanna remove it.
this is what we
So we
approved,
kinda like had to come up with a plan
no tree.
to work the tree in, to work around the tree.
Oh,
That's
nice.
why we expanded the pergola and we went, that's why it's built the way it's built, around the tree. Because we.
Oh, that's why you
wanna-
didn't drop a post right
Yeah, we didn't
there?
wanna just remove the tree, you know, so that's.
I'm not talking about that, but,
Well, there's no load.
right, so, I guess my point is, it's a flat, straight ribbon for, I would say 60, 70 feet, 33 plus the, or does it step
No,
back?
it's got
No,
posts, it's got posts, it's got 6 by 6 posts in it.
Right, I'm talking about what you typically refer to as the fascia, right?
What is that?
So typically you do something around the entrance or something to give it some kind of visual interest instead of just a big, long,
Oh, I
flat
see what you're
slab,
saying. Yeah, yeah.
right?
Okay.
And so the piece that's at the tree isn't helping you structurally, right? So you can zip it off. I'm just wondering, I can't tell since the drawing is just kind of a diagram.
What about the lateral?
See, the drawing, the
What
drawing
about the
doesn't
lateral?
match it.
He's moving the lateral to that brick.
Yeah, so the tree's somewhere right here, right?
I see it.
And that's not trellis.
And that's not what, I'm sorry?
That's
It's not
not trellis.
But
There's no trellis at the tree.
Okay.
Is that correct? I mean, I don't see it
What
here.
is your question exactly? I don't understand.
Is there trellis at the tree?
Can you, what is a trellis? I don't understand.
This is a trellis.
Mhm.
This whole thing is
The
a
two
trellis.
by, the 2x6s you got going the other way.
Okay.
Yeah,
opposite
this
way
is
is
a
the-
trellis, so my question is, why don't you just stop it at the tree and start it over?
Oh, okay.
Because there can't be a trellis there, the tree is in the way, unless you slip the trellis in between the limbs. So this section right
So
here,
basically
at
you're
the-
saying why we didn't build it in two sections, the pergola?
I'm not asking you why, I'm saying that because it's one big, huge, long
Okay.
fascia, that's one thing that our ordinance specifically doesn't like and calls for some relief, right? So typically you do it over the door, you do a little something to match the building, but here you've got this tree with the structural band that's
Okay.
on top of the post catching the trellis or the joist. You know, I assume you're gonna do like that, right? And then you're gonna put something on top to make shade?
Yes.
Yeah, so like 2x2s or some little,
Well, we're thinking about, maybe it's gonna be like just sunshades, maybe like some canvas material or something that's gonna be.
oh, yeah, okay.
You know, sure, yeah.
I mean, I think getting rid of that 10 feet right there would kind of accentuate the entrance and keep it from being just a long, big, straight strip, because it is kind of, it's kind of a bummer there. You know what I'm talking about?
Don't quite follow what you're saying. You're saying the big 2x8 span is a bummer, that it goes like 20-something feet?
Right.
Is that-
Well, it says
I mean, it's a pergola,
33.
It's not really a,
It says 33,
oh, I'm
right?
talking about-
It's a lot more than that.
well, 33 feet is the modified section. Because initially we were gonna have it only till that corner of the building, and then we just wrapped it around to the other side.
I'm confused then. So this building's only 20? That doesn't seem possible. Something doesn't match.
So the
Is this-
modified section, that's 33 feet.
Oh, the added.
Initially, yeah, that's
So
the
this
added.
is, so
Because you guys
basically,
approved already the,
this is the 33,
yes,
not this whole thing.
no, just.
Because originally it was
If you
like
look at that
this.
picture,
Which one?
that one right here,
That's
if you look at this picture, just from here, that's the modified section. It's basically,
page 24.
yeah. Because that was approved. This section was approved already.
Okay, so it's 24 plus 33, total.
No, I was saying page 24.
Oh,
Not a measurement.
So, yeah, so what you got right here, on the picture there, that's the,
right, so if you
Yeah,
put this
one on
in,
the last page.
this is saying, oh, I see, that arrow's stopping there.
Yes.
So that's 33,
Yeah.
and that's another
Yeah, here.
20, right?
This-
Yeah, I mean, that, to me, that's the visual part that is,
I mean, once it's all gonna be paved and with landscape, all that outside sitting space is gonna be like continuous all the way around. That's why the pergola is kinda like, going all the way. Because initially we were going to.
oh, so the pergola is gonna go in through the tree,
Basically, yeah, you're gonna sit under the pergola. Once we're gonna pave it all,
at the tree. The tree's coming through the pergola.
yes.
Oh, okay, this tree is not on here, right?
Yeah,
That's
it's not-
why,
It's not on here, yeah, you're right.
and it's not framed in the picture. Is
No,
that
we
because,
build around it, we build around the tree.
so it's not there?
You're saying the roof's.
The tree is there.
The pergola is not gonna be at the tree.
The
Correct.
tree is like going in it.
Going
Okay, so you're saying it's
It's all
not here
built
now
already.
because it's not finished?
What's not finished, I'm sorry.
You're saying the pergola in this one rectangle around the tree is not there because it's not finished? Or it's not intended to be there?
No, it's not intended to be there.
Yeah, okay, so since you're leaving the
What you see
pergola,
on the picture, that's already how it's constructed.
okay. So if you got rid of this one piece of wood right here
Okay,
in front
Just
of
in
the
front of the
tree,
tree.
then you'd break up the
okay.
52, 55,
Okay,
whatever
so
it
we're
is
talking about
feet.
just that one section
One,
in front of
the
the tree.
one,
Right.
the one six, is a six, what's that?
Right.
6 by 6.
Because it's not catching anything.
Right,
Right? It's
Right.
just continuing the run.
right.
Alan, are
Um,
you talking about right there?
Just the one, yeah,
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
the
I
one
don't
run in
know
front of the
how
tree.
else, I don't know how else to
Yeah,
say it.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, just the one run in front of the tree.
So
It
you
looks
have to
like
add a
it's
post.
8 to 9, 10 feet.
Yeah, that part in front of the tree, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, just that one
Yeah, that makes
section.
sense.
Yeah, so that breaks up because then instead of, that, right, which is what you have right now. I mean, this isn't really to scale, but let's do that, get rid of that.
So the
And you
main,
basically have that with the
With the
tree in the
front.
middle, or right around the entrance there.
Right, so what do you say, is just if you take that one beam
Yeah,
out?
just take that one.
One
part
beam
out.
out, and then you've broken the structure up, it doesn't look like one long.
I think
Because
that-
there's no structural support,
Right.
correct, for that one beam, yeah.
I mean, I can't tell if there's a post, if we're looking at the
He
post.
could, he'll have to add a post. It's no
Yeah,
big
it looks
deal.
like you'd have to put a post in there.
Well, I don't wanna put a post right in front of the front door, that's, if that's.
It's not in front of the front door. We don't,
that's the front door.
yeah, we don't really have the info. We don't have precise enough information
Okay,
because we're looking at pictures, but
Yeah.
I can't, I don't
What I,
have.
what I think I think what we're trying to get to is just, so it's not one continuous long, straight run, is just to have
okay.
this little section right here that's in front of the tree,
Is that because it's not according to a code or something, or
and
it's
then.
just?
Dude, we're
that's
here,
going down.
we're here for the aesthetic
Okay,
aspects. So, you know, we've never really approved something that is like that big and long and continuous without some kind of visual break
Right.
in it, right? We're not zoning or code or anything like that.
okay. So 33 feet is too long of a stretch for no break, is that what you're saying?
I think we have a max 30 on fascias. It's not like it's written in a rule somewhere.
So I'm 3 feet over, is what you're saying?
No. It's not,
Well, it's more than 33, because it's the entire.
It's
33 is
52
just the new
feet.
one. The new-
I mean,
Well,
we
that one-
have,
That part has already been approved, so I'm not, you know. already confused about that part.
I don't know,
The main entrance is still the door that's right underneath the
Mhm, yeah.
top stairwell, right? That's still the main entrance?
Yeah.
He's not asking you to put a post in front of the door, he's asking you more by, closer to the trunk of the mid-trunk area.
we're just suggesting that
I think there is a post, do you mind?
No, there's not.
it's
There's not.
basically right off that wall that comes out. If you, let's see if you,
Keep in mind that the trunk of the tree goes like, I'm not sure the diameter, but it's
Yeah.
got very, very heavy roots there, so, you know. I think it's like 6 feet from each side. I cannot really put any posts there because otherwise it'll mess up the tree.
You see that piece of, that little wing wall that comes out to the right of the door?
The one now, I'm sorry?
See the wing wall that comes out to the right of the door?
Okay,
It's got horizontal screening on it.
yep,
I'm talking about out from that, in line with the other posts.
okay,
That's where the trellis stops,
Okay.
right? So that's where you'd have a post, you just zip that.
so right in front of that,
You zip that beam off. It's not real, I don't know if it's a beam, it's a double, single?
They're
2
single
by 8?
beams.
it's 6 by 6, I think, yeah. Or maybe-
No, I mean the band,
Oh, yeah.
the band, framing band of the trellis, like the outside
2 by 8,
structural
yeah.
piece?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you need a post there anyway, because that span with all that trellis on it, if that's a single 2 by 8.
No, that's a double 2 by 8. That's
Oh, it's a double 2 by 8.
2 by 8, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so what I'm suggesting, in order to break up the 52 feet or whatever it is of the long, straight, flat run of the trellis, is to put a post there and zip that beam off.
Yeah, I'll have to
in front of
check
that tree.
with the root system of the tree because it's quite large, so I don't,
Sure. That's just a suggestion, right? It doesn't mean you have to do it. I'm saying that this is, you know, it's not,
I understand, it's too big of a stretch for your liking.
yeah. And that's just me. It's not,
Okay.
you know, the whole.
All right.
Anybody else have anything on the
I
trellis? or-
think we actually all agree that that needs to go away. So.
Yeah, it's a
you're not-
lot.
You're not alone.
We've never approved anything that was that long and straight, really, that I can remember.
Okay.
If it was like a super ultra modern thing, like, you know what I mean, then it's more like,
It's very modern. Have you seen it? It's right here.
no, I mean, that's
I think your best bet is to take a look and see if it can, that one run of, what do you say, like 8 to 10 feet maybe? Can be removed to break it, to break up the long straight, you know, line of it. It opens up to, you see the tree better, it opens up and it creates a better visual facade, is I think what everybody's saying. So see if a post, you know, can be put there. You don't want to, you know, if you're facing your building, take a little bit to the left of the tree,
Okay.
make sure it's not blocking the door, and it's just literally removing that one post, and then I think everybody would be fine with, or one run, and I think everybody would be fine with
So
it.
the board in front of the tree, it's actually 2 boards, it's double 2 by 8. So those, you'd like me to remove those
That's
and
fine.
put 2 more posts to support or whatever?
One more
One more
post.
post.
there's already a post on the
There's
right
one
there.
post on the right, one post on the left, and then from what I'm hearing everybody say, then we'd be pretty good to go.
I mean,
Is this a
typically,
motion or a suggestion?
you might decide to put something there over the entrance to tell people where to go. That's just a,
So this project is still in the works. We haven't finalized anything, but I was told that I need to present this to you guys because we were thinking about opening sometime in March. So I don't miss this meeting, so that's why I did it super fast and brought it to your attention now, but of course
Right.
this project is still in the works and it's not finalized. That's not the final look. You know, there's gonna be a lot more landscaping around, it's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be. very
well, the
nice.
landscaping, will probably do it then. We'll probably tell
Well,
people
still,
where to
you
go. and
I mean,
whatnot.
you're not gonna see such a long stretch of things when you have like other landscape, you know, you have more stuff to look at. You're not gonna see, nobody's gonna look at just that 133 long,
Well, 33 is just the part that you added.
Still,
Then
it's
there's
not,
the-
that's not gonna be your focal point, is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
But I would
What-
caution you at adding things from a visual standpoint. Adding things and then doing an oh shit moment and having to say, come to us. So rather than doing it piecemeal, sit down and think about what you're gonna do and then come.
And if I wanna add plants and to beautify landscape, that's something that you
I
have
don't
to
think
approve
that's in
every
our
single
purview.
plan?
I
No?
don't think that's us.
Okay, so,
No, but the building is.
no, I get it. We're not putting
Particularly.
any more elements in the building.
Yeah,
You're gonna do more
Better
painting.
here. You see
So
that?
where
I just found
where
out.
we're at, Captain?
Yeah, it's basically right there.
What do you need for us to do?
Is that a motion or a suggestion about removing the 8 feet? And then,
You want me
And
to-
also-
I don't
I
know.
You have the
I
sign.
mean,
also
if he's
break
studying
up the
landscape.
You have
facade,
the slats on top
pergola
here
and
that go
the
into
sign
that
into two
section.
separate
It's attached.
sections.
Do you need us
Yeah,
to
so maybe
make,
it'll cantilever out.
make a
little
motion
bit,
to
maybe it'll
remove-
be written
Hey,
in.
don't
discussion we
forget,
had?
also, guys down there, don't forget it's a lateral load. He's taking the lateral load and putting it into that block wall. It's a pergola. Your point load is very, very minimal. So the only thing you have to worry about is your lateral load, and when you're taking the lateral load and putting it into the block, which makes. I know, you wanna put the post right there, I get it. I got that, because there's a post where the telephone pole is. I mean.
Well, what do you think about the sign?
I think y'all should break these up into two separate
Okay.
motions and votes. So I have a motion and a second right now for the pergola.
Oh, you have a motion in here?
I mean, yes, but if you wanted to change it, I didn't know if you wanted to change it for the removing that 8 foot or not, or just as is.
Oh, I see what you mean. You mean amend the motion to include removing the section of
Mhm.
beam at the tree? I mean, I'd be fine with that.
yeah, I'm good with that.
Do we have to vote on that motion?
We have to vote on the motion, yes. All right, so I have remove one 8
Ish?
foot, 8-ish foot beam in front of the tree and adding a post near the trunk of the tree to support it, one post.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a motion from Alan, a second from Pam.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Lauer,
No.
Ms. Barton,
Yes,
Mr. Hampton,
No.
and Mr. Kinzer.
What's that?
Your vote on that.
Yes.
All right, motion fails.
All right, let's do the sign then.
So what's the bottom line on that?
You don't have to change it.
So then you want to vote now on the as submitted for just the pergola?
Okay.
Because that was the amendment to remove the 8 feet. So as is. All right, Ms. Barton.
No, what-
Approving the pergola as submitted, the original motion.
as submitted in this picture, so yes
As
or
built.
no on it? I thought we just voted,
We
That
voted
motion
to
failed.
remove,
the removal was the first vote.
Right, that
Now
failed.
what are we voting on? What we voted on before?
No, you voted on the amendment to remove it, that failed.
Right.
So now you're voting on the original submission. That hasn't been voted on yet.
Oh, no.
That's a no?
Did you just have, no,
Yes. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Mr. Hampton,
And this is to leave it exactly as is
as was submitted here in this packet,
on
yes.
today, for today.
Yes.
And he, other than the, aesthetic, which is obviously our purview, other than the aesthetics, all the requirements have been met for code
Correct.
compliance for the city.
Correct.
And so it's a visual situation only that we're talking about.
Correct.
So I vote to leave it as is.
So,
Yes.
yes, to the pergola, okay. Mr. Lauer
Yes.
and Mr. Kinter.
yes.
Okay, that passes, and then now if you want to discuss the sign separately, we'll do a separate motion for that.
Okay. Motion to what?
Do we need a motion? I thought we were,
Do we need a motion?
Separate motion.
Yeah, so-
motion for accelerated for the sign as shown in the package.
I second.
What happened to the, are we in discussion?
Mhm.
Initially, the sign was on the
Correct.
let
That's
us
without
work
the
on the
tree.
second.
Yeah, because initially we were gonna remove the tree, but then we changed our mind, we wanna keep the tree.
No, I understand the reasoning.
And, yeah, so we
But-
had to come up with another solution, for the sign to be visible, so that's why.
I'm not a fan, just so you know, I'm not a fan. Why can't you just put a sign that goes this way in the same place where we approved at the beginning? In other words, they're on the lattice work and it,
Well, the trellis is there now.
So, the reason is because we walked up and down Center Street and we always looked from the Center Street side and there's many other elements that were blocked, so nobody would see it.
we have other businesses that are downside streets. I mean, I'm not a fan of the pole.
I personally don't have a problem with y'all, cause I understand as a business owner, you gotta find a spot, gotta see it. It's not that high, it's 27 feet. I'm okay.
Is there another option? Is there another place that you can put the sign where it can be seen? From Center Street?
There are other places, however, they're not gonna be as visible. So we were thinking, actually while we were contemplating where to put the sign, we just happened to notice the Crab Shack sign. And I'm like, why not do that? That's very visible, you can see it from everywhere, you can see it from a few blocks away. So-
Right.
And he's saving a tree.
The other option is that gable end, right, perp on a bracket,
Mhm.
tree would block it.
The what, I'm sorry?
Tree. The tree, which, we can't see the angle because it's not on the site plan, but
Right.
that's about where it is.
No, well, it's gonna be 27 feet high, so it's gonna be.
We're talking- I said if you put it perp, on the gable end,
Oh, okay.
Which is
You
a
mean
sign
like the original-
sticking out,
Okay, I see what you're
right?
saying.
then there's the tree.
Yeah, it wasn't easy to think of the signage, we've been going back and forth with it quite a while. That's why we thought maybe that's the best solution.
Well, if you're on the line, if you're on the property line with the posts, I don't even know if perpendicular on the face of post is allowed, because it'd be sticking out over the property
It
line.
wouldn't be able to stick out
It
of.
wouldn't be able to.
So basically, what you're saying is you're going with the sign because you saved the tree. You need to go with this sign because
Right,
you saved the
because
tree.
we saved the tree, then the original plain sign would not work anymore.
Right.
because
If you had cut the tree down, because you would have been allowed to cut the tree down, is that correct?
Yes, it was originally approved, I think it's a tallow tree, so not
Okay.
protected.
So not protected, so you saved nature in order to request the modification to put the sign where it is. There's already a sign
Yeah.
that the Crab Shack has, and so you
Yeah,
would have
just
had, you
try
would have
to-
had a visual sign. If you had taken the tree down,
Right.
you would have been able to see it from Center Street.
Yeah, then we would go with the original plan, but
Then we'd go
because,
with the
we
original
saved the
plan.
tree, we tried
I
to work around.
don't have a problem, because we're talking about our purview as aesthetics and things of that nature. I know it's a tree, and we're just not about, our purview is not the tree per se, but that does add to the overall aesthetics of the building, keeping that tree. Because imagine if the tree was gone, what it would look like as having nothing there. So
Yeah, that's why all that changes actually, otherwise we'll just go with the original.
I have less of, I don't have, I have much less of a problem with it, on top, because, obviously, because the tree is there, it doesn't seem like, to me, from what I'm hearing, there's another viable option for people to be able to see, see his sign. Unless I'm wrong, tell me if I'm wrong, please.
I like it.
I mean, I don't know. I never had a problem with the Crab Shack sign. I never really actually looked at it, I don't think. Rarely a passenger, so, you're always looking at people trying to cross the road and stuff. Yeah. I mean, one thing that, I kind of have a problem with is the post. It's like it's like a fence post, right? I mean, it's like a,
It's just gonna be a metal post, black post.
is it there right now?
No, this is just Photoshop.
Yeah.
Just to give you an
So,
idea.
because it looks like it's a green signpost almost with the holes in it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that wouldn't be very attractive.
No, it's gonna be like a solid, like circular.
Oh, okay, this was showing one with the little
Yeah.
holes,
Yeah, looks like
No, no,
like
it's-
corrugated
no, it's
stamped
not-
post.
it's just
Okay,
the quickest I could find.
Is it flat?
No, it's gonna be round.
No, I mean the sign.
Yes, it's a PVC 3/4 of an inch thick with a vinyl stick on top of it.
Yeah.
All right.
Is it lit?
No, I'm gonna have probably lights shining on it, but it's not itself, doesn't have like
You better
internal
come tell
lighting.
us about the
Yeah,
lights too.
we've never approved lights pointed up.
Yeah, the lights
Uh-huh.
probably wouldn't fly.
You'd have to put them there and point them down.
Point them down, okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
What about now, is anybody concerned about what, before this gets approved, what's this, what is, we don't have a lot of information on what it's, if you're gonna approve this, A sign on the structure, that's one thing, but we don't really know what it's, I mean, is it gonna be, I know you described somewhat what it's made of, but would it be better some aluminum sign, would it be better, something more,
3/4 PVC, I think.
okay.
And then it's just black and white, right?
Black and white?
Brown and white, and coffee. Or is it black
I
and
mean,
white? I don't know.
I don't
Burnt
know. I don't know that we're not really setting a precedent with a sign on a roof. It's already there. I don't think, that we really set precedents by making decisions about particular things anyway, but,
He's saving a tree.
what's that?
He's saving a tree. I
Yeah.
like it.
I'm finished. You all good?
Yeah. I
I
go.
think we're ready.
Okay, Mr. Hampton,
Yes.
Ms. Barton,
No,
Mr. Lauer,
Yes.
and Mr. Kinter.
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right, thank you
Thanks.
guys, I appreciate it.
Thank
Good
you.
We'll do the
luck.
best we can to make it as nice as we can.
Beautiful, make it beautiful, please.
hey,
Thank you.
any lighting, make sure you come talk to us.
Any lighting, you're saying?
All right, thanks.
And sir, thank you for your time. Thank you.
Do you have any comments?
I do not,
Do you have any news?
I do not,
I guess we're finished.
Yay.
That's the longest meeting we've ever had.
I think it is.
Yes, it is.
And this is my 5 gallons.
I waited to go to the mountains just to be here.
Thank you.
Of course,
You're
it
driving
snowed
us
last
to
night.
gallon.
It snowed last night, so, you know.
You guys do the water